What up? This is Robert Ory.
Ory, three-pointer. Buries it.
You might know me as Big Shot Bob.
To Ory for three. Oh, unbelievable. This guy is off the charts.
What's going on, Big Shot Bob?
Robert Ory from downtown.
Oh, boy, here we go. It is the Big Shot Bob Pod. This is our shoot-around. We've done about 25 of these jokers. Our little bonus Friday show. If you ever got something you want to throw our way, we're at Big Shot Bob Pod pretty much everywhere. The husk of Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and we're at Big Shot Bob Pod at gmail.com. If you ever want to send anything our way, we do have a couple of listener questions to get to this week. We will get to those shortly. I wanted to start with, we brought up OnlyFans. We were talking about the Hawks thing. They got a nice response on the Tuesday show. Rob's new OnlyFans account. But there was a story. Somebody sent me this. There was a story about OnlyFans this week. Joe Smith, 48-year-old former number 1 overall NBA draft pick, got into a little skirmish with his wife on social media, which I didn't realize was even happening. But apparently, he caught his wife, Kisha Chavis. She was, I guess, a former adult actress who he's now with. Found her scrolling through her phone one night and realized she was scrolling through her OnlyFans account, and she was posting a bunch of videos and stuff, and he didn't know anything about it, so they got into this big fight. Of course, she films it and puts the whole thing up online because, of course, why wouldn't you do that? And he said he's been sleeping at a hotel since the whole thing went down. So now there's all these stories about it, and people are doing interviews with the two of them to find out how it went down. But I guess my question is, what would you do if you found out that Candace was running an OnlyFans account behind your back? You had no clue it was happening. She's posting all kinds of scantily cladness online.
Lord.
You had no idea. And you find out.
I'm asking him. I need to see exactly what she's doing. I need to see it all, and then I'm like, and then we have discussion after that. But if it's something that I agree with, we're gonna have to have a major discussion about that. And then I'm gonna bring in her daughter and her children.
Oh, you brought the kids in.
Yeah.
Shit,
I'm like, hey, if you're gonna do it, hey, you gotta explain this to the family and tell us why you thought it would be wise for you to put all our images and all our names and at risk by you doing this OnlyFans thing.
I can't disagree with him. Yeah, that's not one. I got to figure out why you felt the need to hide it. One, because obviously,
I think in the case of this Joe Smith story, it seems as though him and her, when they got together, there was like an agreement that that her activities in the X-rated community were going to stop. Mm-hmm. And I think maybe she probably just saw it as like, I could probably rake in some money.
Well, I also think that she felt as though like his finances weren't in the greatest of places, and like she wanted, I don't know if there's a certain lifestyle that she's used to living, or he used to provide that he doesn't provide anymore, and she figured, well, shoot, I might as well go back to at least doing some sort of the things that I used to do. But yeah. I think if you look, that ain't for me. Like I'm not married, but even if I'm dating somebody and I found that out, that would be an issue, because that ain't. There are other things that you can do that I think are a lot more honest than that. Not knocking anybody that chooses to do said things. That's your business. But that ain't what I'm looking for.
But this is one of my favorite lines. You knew the job was dangerous when you took it. So, Joe, you knew her background. Mm-hmm. You knew what she used to do. Mm-hmm. So you can't complain, even though you told her to give up that life. I'm like, it's already out there. This is in this day and age. They looking at it anyway.
Why can't she get paid for it? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but why can't you get paid for it? Like, they looking at it anyway for free.
You're right. But here's my problem with that. What we're also that also sounds like people can't change, because then you're looking at it from the standpoint of who somebody used to be is who they are now, and that's not necessarily always the case.
In this case, though, she's actually changed because she ain't getting slapped all in the face with other men's genitals. You know what I mean? So,
wow.
Thank you for that image.
Wow. Oh my!
But my point is that you would rather for if your wife was in the business, now she's not. You'd rather for pictures be taken than pictures are being taken with other men's problems on you. Hey, basically you want to see your wife with some chin nuts. That's all I want to say.
Jesus Christ!
Hey, I didn't need to.
Man, dude.
I didn't need to. Dog, wait a minute.
I've never wanted to fold up steaks on a show quicker than this one.
Wait a minute, man.
Let's just say we had a great week, and we capped it off with chin nuts.
I didn't need the example. I could have done what I.
By the way, the name of this week's shoot around is going to be chin nuts, and you're just going to have to deal with it. You're going to have to deal with it.
Man.
Y'all all know that joke.
Oh.
Oh.
You know the joke, right? What do you call it? Pee on the wall?
No.
I mean, and then what do you call it? Like what do you call it? Nut on the chest?
Oh Lord Jesus.
What do you call it? Some pea? It's like peanut and a chestnut.
Oh,
and then they go to it's like, what do you call it? And they call it something else. I'm not. You know the joke, man.
All right.
I'm not a good joke teller.
Clearly, we know the joke.
Hey, this is one of them jokes that had to be. You had to tell this flawlessly because the fact that you're struggling and it's a joke it probably shouldn't be told.
Hey, I'm not telling. That's why I'm trying. That's why I'm struggling because I don't want to tell the joke.
Oh my God.
But everybody know what chin nuts are, so it's like,
Well,
think about that though, man.
Wow, God bless. Yeah, no, I've always, from a weird perspective, I would think of the fact that, like, if you're into that lifestyle, like if you're into the X-rated lifestyle, whatever, that's fine. It is what it is. How do you, like, have a relationship with another person? Like, how does that work? Because the dynamic of that, to your joke, is ridiculous. Like, yeah. I could never be with a woman knowing that is out there in the world.
Y'all know who? Do y'all know who Adam 22 is?
Oh, I've heard of these. Are the guys got the podcast or something, right?
Yeah, so he has a podcast, and his wife is a porn star.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
he used to be. He used to be
they
as
make
well.
news a lot. Yeah, they're in the news a lot. Yeah.
He is the complete opposite of us. To where he used to be in the industry too. He literally, at this point, is basically pimping out his wife, and they got a show coming out.
They've gotten all kinds of publicity off the stuff they've done.
Yeah, boy.
What was the one like there was a teacher, like a high school teacher, who was all over the news, who got fired from her job because she had an OnlyFans page.
Yeah.
And I don't remember her name, but it was all over. She's like a Missouri high school teacher.
Yeah.
And it came out that she had an OnlyFans, and then she's back in the news because that dude and his wife shot some porn scene or something with her.
Yeah.
And then like they're back in the news now. So he's in the news all the time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but I don't like. Oof.
Yeah, but this life, that's not for me. That's not.
I just know, like,
not for me.
And I threw out the hypothetical, knowing it was a hypothetical in the sense of what would you do if you found out your wife or girlfriend had an OnlyFans? Because every time we turn on this camera, Rob's wife don't even want to be on the camera. Like, she's like, cover that camera. I don't like. So I don't imagine she would ever be out there doing
no.
it.
Hey, Rob,
Hey,
is there? If you sitting down and having that conversation, regardless of what that conversation entails, is there any reasoning that your wife could give you that would be okay to you for her doing something like this during this conversation?
Well, I don't know. I don't know anything about OnlyFans. Is it like X-rated or is it?
It can be. Most of it is.
I think it sort of runs the gamut.
Yeah, it runs.
Like you can post as much or as little stuff on there.
So, like, if I'm looking at everything she's posted and there's no stuff that I don't think, like, it's just something, like nipples or vajayjay that's been shown, that is like, no. But I don't care if she's making like $20 million. No, don't be showing everybody what I'm sleeping with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel that.
But if there's nothing being shown and that paycheck comes in, like Catch Me Outside, girl, I'm rolling with it.
Yeah, but my thing is, I want to know, because a lot of the women, they making the money because it's a lot being shown.
Right.
So it's not a lot of people who ain't showing nothing and making a lot of money.
Celebrities.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of celebrities that can post like scantily clad. You know what I mean? Not full on. Here's all the goods and the bits, and you don't have.
But don't you have to like get a membership and subscribe? And
you got to subscribe to the page. Yeah, you got to subscribe to the paid site. And
I don't know about it.
Yeah, it's a paid site. And
so
now,
and I think you can charge whatever you so desire.
Right.
Like I think you can set the money.
Would you now? What if?
Taking notes here.
Now, what if
You're writing stuff down? Jesus.
she was like a foot model? Because it's a lot of people out there with foot fetishes
I
that
heard
will pay.
about that.
There are
Yeah,
so now there's weird shit in that area, not just the foot stuff, but like there's people and my wife has told me about this. There are people that have OnlyFans accounts where it's like beautiful women in low cut shirts eating cereal.
Yeah.
And people pay to watch them sort of sloppily eat cereal, and the milk is all, and it's dripping.
Yeah, there's
and
some people that pay for some weird stuff,
but
boy.
There's no bits and goods and berries out there for the world. It's just you're playing to a fetish.
Yeah. And they'll pay.
And those people pay.
I mean, Candace!
I'm like,
go eat some milk. Go get some milk.
I heard about this woman who, it's the complete opposite spectrums of what she's doing and what she's doing.
this is the whole shoot around this week, by the way. I'm scrapping all the rest of the stories. We're going completely with this.
She reads the Bible in nothing but lingerie.
Oh, Lord, no.
Well, hold on now. The road to hell is paved with good OnlyFans intentions, I would think there.
She reads the Bible in her lingerie, from what I heard.
Hey, does she have glasses on?
And my other question is, how does she read the Bible?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But I just know they say that she reads, the content is she's in lingerie and she reads the Bible. She goes, I don't know what book she chooses. Just like I think she chooses the books of the Bible like she chooses her lingerie.
God made Adam, and it's like this, and then along came Eve, and that's where it gets a little bit scary.
So I'm like,
and that's where it gets
and there are people who will pay, and they'll say, well, look, I'm getting my word and I'm getting my look on. And I'm like, yeah,
I'm getting my word and I'm getting my look on.
I don't think it works like that. But that's the type of weird stuff that people will pay for.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
No, I know. No, look, the internet.
And that's why I'm upset at you two thinking that I can't make no money.
Okay, so I guess, like, what content do you put into the world, though?
I got some. My feet look better than Shaq's feet.
Oh God! See, nobody wants to see an NBA player's feet, bro. I'm sorry. Shaq's feet look like something that was spawned in the depths of hell. Like they come out like all craggly. Like one of them talks to you. It's just terrible. Like everything about it's horrible. No, yeah, it's just God. There's some weird shit on the internet. All right, well, I mean, I don't even know how much more of this we want to do. We'll throw a few more topics out, and we'll do them quick here. Question was from Corey. Mike Malone is getting an extension in Denver.
I don't give a shit.
He doesn't seem to care. It's going to make him one of the highest-paid coaches in the league. You guys crap on him a lot, but do you think he's a good coach? Or is it just easy to be a good coach when you have the best players in the world?
Well, those best players in the world weren't always the best players. I hate when people do this. I really do. Because we weren't talking about Joker the way we're talking about him now. We weren't always talking about him like this. Now, we knew that he was good, but we didn't know that he could potentially – how many MVPs has he won? 2?
2.
I mean, there are some
Should have won 3.
There are people who are talking about him right now, depending on how this season goes, that he could win a 3rd. Like, we weren't talking about him like this. And the way that Mike Malone has been able to also deal with Jamal Murray's injury and still be able to compete – and have other guys and get the best out of those guys. It's easy when a superstar, when a guy becomes a superstar, as if we always saw this guy becoming a superstar. No, you got to give Mike Malone his credit.
Yeah. You know, the thing about this is you have to have a vision as a coach. There's a lot of coaches that have a team, but they don't have the right vision for that team. You have to be able to put guys in the right position to be successful. And I think with him, realize what Jokic do at a point center. He says, okay, we're going to put Jokic at the point center. We're going to play him. We're going to use his skill sets to the best of our team, and then incorporate that with Murray. Think about it. Jokic was able to keep that team afloat because he put him in that position, not to just play with his back to the basket, but to be everywhere and do whatever to make that team better. So, and to me, it always goes hand in hand when it comes with players and coaches. They both need each other. It isn't like, oh, I'm better than you, and like I can make you an all-star because I'm this great coach. No, I can make you a great coach because I'm an all-star. It goes hand in hand. So in this one, I think it really goes hand in hand, but more so on his side, on Malone's side, because he saw the vision.
Okay. And the follow-up question was Phil Jackson really that great, or did he just have Jordan, Pippen, Kobe, and Shaq in their
Go
primes?
with this. Y'all.
That was the follow-up question.
Rob, you mind if I take this one?
Hey, I'm just going to say, I'm going to repeat what I just said. So it's
Okay. Well, no, I mean, if it's the same argument, it's the same argument. Yeah, fine.
Mm-hmm. But added to that is coaching is not just about X's and O's. Great coaching is about managing egos. I don't know a coach that had to manage more egos throughout his career than Phil Jackson. Between the man literally had to figure out how to go get Dennis Rodman out of Vegas. He sat down with Michael Jordan to figure out what we gonna do about this. He had
Like
the
an
whole
extraction plan.
he had the whole Kobe and the Shaq debacle. You have to learn how to manage egos when you have a lot of big dogs on your team. And I think Phil Jackson was able to do that, in which he was able to get the best out of those great players, because another coach, they could have lost respect for him and drove him up out of there. So no, you give Phil Jackson all his credit.
Well, and Shaq has said that too.
Yes.
Shaq said that with Del Harris. He just said we weren't playing for him. We weren't really playing.
Some of that shit happened before I got there. It was some funny shit. that whole team and the whole craziness, and it's about having control and having control. Like if you look at that Laker team, we had 4 All-Stars that year. Got swept by the Utah Jazz, but it was no direction. You need a coach is there to steer the ship and make sure that you roll down the right path and get to where you need to be. So yeah.
Okay. Just random fan questions. Top-rated players in the league. This is a global ranking system based on points, minutes, and overall impact while on the floor. This is only a small sample size, first, 10 games of the season.
Mm-hmm.
You think you guys could pull the top 10?
Jokic.
Number 1.
Luka.
Number 3.
Jason Tatum.
Number 5.
Joel Embiid playing good. So
Number
Joel
2.
Embiid. Okay.
So you pulled most of the top 5.
Maxey?
Oh,
Number 4.
Giannis. Giannis.
Yeah, Giannis is number 9.
Mm-hmm. Jaylen Brown's not on that list, is he?
He is not.
Okay. Well, that's a lot of
How about, let's see, Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, number 7. Ant-Man.
Ant-Man killing it right now.
Killing it.
Boy, what are you telling?
KD.
Durant came in at 12.
Wow.
He did?
Yeah. See, we're missing 3.
Is Steph on there?
Steph's number 8.
Okay.
I think just because of the sheer volume of threes he's hitting so far this year.
Is Kyrie on there? Because he's playing really good too.
He's not actually. He didn't make that list.
Is there a?
He might be on the greater list. He's not the top 10.
Let me see.
So you're down to 2, and I mean one of them you should get. The other one I was kind of surprised by.
I'm trying to think of people who's scoring a lot of points. Donovan Mitchell.
Mitchell fell in at 15.
Yeah, it's not Mitchell. Shea?
Dame Lillard.
Yeah, there is Shea. Shea's number 6. Dame is not on here.
Okay.
Number 10 is the only one you guys have missed, and I wouldn't have pulled this as number 10, so I don't know if you're going to get it.
Oh, he scored a lot of points one time. What's his name? The guy in Chicago, Zach LaVine.
No.
Oh.
No, he was not.
What's his name in Brooklyn? Cam Robbins?
No.
Cam something? Oh.
No. It was Tyrese Halliburton.
Really? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, because he gets a lot of assists and points, yeah. Tyrese,
So it was points, minutes, and overall impact on the floor.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's your top 10. Then AD was 11. Durant was 12. Sengun was 13. Bam was 14. And then Donovan Mitchell was 15. You said Donovan. So, but yeah, those are, it's a small sample size, but there's a couple names on that list that kind of surprised me. More or less, though, you were able to fill those in. This one was a fill in the blank. I saw this on social. I thought it would be interesting to get your guys' take on it because I didn't even have an answer for it. Can you fill in the blank? Wembanyama is better than prime blank.
Robert Ory.
Well, Wembanyama's already better than you were in your prime.
Yeah.
Wembanyama is better than prime. Did I see this on social?
I'm not sure. I think I reposted it. But I couldn't really drum up a good answer though.
It wasn't Durant, was it?
No. It was just it was a what is your opinion type of a question.
It wasn't. It wasn't.
There was no answer to it. It was just who would you put in there? Wembanyama's better than prime blank, but it's like
nobody.
There's a lot,
really.
right? There's a problem. He's so early in his career, and putting anybody in there is kind of an unfair comparison.
This is a clickbait type of thing.
Oh yeah, right. But I just figured it was worth discussion. If it was something that you guys could even...
Some person going to sit and say, "Oh, he's better than a prime Olajuwon or a prime Wilt," just because of the height.
Which is ridiculous.
You can't really say it's not. It's the sample size is way too small right now for him.
I will go with prime Robert Ory. I like it.
Prime Robert Ory. Let's go with that one.
Question from Chris. Honestly, I cannot stand Pat McAfee. Is there a sports TV analyst or commentator you really don't like? That was the question.
Rob Jenners.
Oh, shut up.
Oh, damn.
Shut your... Do the show out of the goodness of my heart. You shit on me. God. You better get that OnlyFans going, man.
I love you guys, man. You make my Tuesday every day. It's like this is the thing I look forward to. But there's nobody, because I don't really watch anybody enough, to be like, think about it. If it's someone you don't like, you just turn the TV. It's so.
Yeah, but you probably also don't like them because you've seen enough of them as well to where you know you don't like them.
You know who I will not watch, and I can't. I will mute the TV.
Who?
Is Dick Vitale. That goes.
Oh, we've had that story.
We know.
For me, it's Skip. It's Skip.
That's the one.
I have a really hard time with Skip. I think my problem with him is I just can't take everything he says. Seems like it's so overblown and so over the top that it feels like he's trying to do more with his opinion than that really exists. And it's like, I don't like that, man. Just be you.
And I'm kind of there with, not completely there, kind of there. Even though I don't really listen to him anymore. Colin Cowherd.
He's getting there.
Narrative.
Anybody watch the show anymore?
I don't.
I mean, he's on Fox Sports, so
comes on right on after.
Good for Colin. He got he's the volume. That platform is Colin's. I believe. Yeah. So I mean, he's got some stuff going. Good for him. But
I don't.
I was never a huge Cowherd guy.
I used to listen to him, then I stopped.
Yeah, I was just never a big.
Yeah, if I was cleaning the house, I would have it on and listen to it, but I don't listen to him anymore.
Ever since Shannon left FS1, I've left FS1 behind.
I kind of agree with you, man.
I used to listen to Colin just to see how much he used to crap on Alabama back in the day, just see what he's saying, so I could disagree with him.
Just you want to have someone to disagree with sometimes.
Yeah.
All right, we'll wrap it up with Lou Will. I have Lou Will talking about the bubble. This audio popped up this week. He was sitting down with Trae Young for a podcast. Mm-hmm. They were talking about the Clippers in the bubble in 2021. Here's what Lou Will had to say about playing in the bubble.
It was a struggle to get us to the bubble to begin with. We didn't even want to go, so I think just mentally we came into it without just the right mindset to finish the job. We didn't even want to be there. And I think once we got there and we was in it, I think I was in the bubble 97 days was how long I was there. And I think about day 67, I was like, let's get the fuck out of here. So I think mentally we wasn't in it for the long game. We didn't really see, the pot of gold at the end of it. We were starting to hear the rumblings like, oh, nobody's going to respect this chip and all of that. And so I think we kind of just took our foot off the gas.
Mm-hmm. That's why the Clippers didn't win in the bubble.
Yeah, all right. I mean, I think I think he's being honest and he's being real, but then at the same time, we've heard variations of that when it came to the Clippers, and I'm like, people were yearning for basketball to come back, and they brought basketball back in the best way they possibly could.
True.
I don't like the idea of we didn't think anyone was going to respect the championship, so we just decided we weren't going to win it.
Right.
That screams bullshit to me.
Right.
That screams excuse, because it's like nobody heard the rumblings of no one's going to respect the chip. until well after the chip. It was well after the bubble was done that people started to kind of call into question, is this a legitimate title because of the shortened season and the way it was played? But, I mean, dude, if you have a chance to win a title in any way, shape, or form, you always go after it.
Yeah,
There has to be incentives in his contract that says if he wins a title, he gets XYZ bonus or something.
And the only reason folks don't look at it like a legitimate championship because the Lakers won it. If Miami had won it or anybody else had won it, we wouldn't have had that conversation.
Do you respect the chip bubble, Rob?
I do. I because anytime you go out there and you put and sacrifice what you need to try to get a chip, it's like even when everybody used to talk about the '99 championship for the Spurs. Everybody else had the same opportunity. Yeah. And so don't get mad because they took advantage of the opportunity and won. So that's just how I look at it, man. So don't disrespect the chip. Like, you want to play. Everybody has pride as an athlete. When you step on that court, you're going to play as hard as you can. And if you don't want to, you don't go on the court because you got fear of getting hurt. So,
right, but if that's your ring, if that's your ring, and you get to retire and you go, that's the ring that you won. Mm-hmm. You won a ring. Yeah. You don't get to put an asterisk next to it. It doesn't work that way. You won a ring. Yeah. You, like you just said, everybody had the same exact. I mean, if anything, the bubble might have been the most level playing ground we've ever had.
True.
You had no fans. True. You had no home court advantage. Nothing. Now, mentally, were you in a position to want to be able to play all that time? Probably not. No. But you had the most level playing field maybe ever in the NBA. There was no home court advantage. There was no bias. There was no. It was everybody's on the same floor all the time, and one-on-one go at each other. And if the Lakers won it.
Yeah.
The Clippers, if you were that good and you thought you could have won it, at no point should you have taken your foot off the gas because.
Who bounced the Clippers?
Who did bounce the Clippers? I don't even remember.
I thought it was the Lakers that bounced.
Was it? I don't even remember.
No, it wasn't the Lakers.
Oh, was it Denver?
It may have been Denver.
Nobody respects that chip anyway, so who gives a shit?
Who gives a shit, right?
I don't give a shit. Mike Malone, do you care at all about it?
I don't give a shit.
You don't care.